Ravens fan, it's time to talk about the game that could change everything. On Saturday, the team takes the field against the Steelers, and this won't be just any victory. We're talking about a true demolition. But why so much confidence? What makes this matchup the perfect chance for Lamar Jackson and company to dominate their biggest divisional rival? There's something happening behind the scenes. Something that puts the Ravens in a unique position to steamroll Pittsburgh. While the offense is on fire and the defense is sharper than ever, the Steelers are dealing with problems that could turn out to be the major diff battle. And you're going to want to know exactly what's going to happen to turn this game into a massacre that no one will ever forget. Go Ravens! Imagine the type of game that even those who don't follow football would stop to watch. Ravens and Steelers are that. A rivalry that always delivers emotion, tension, and a lot of hard hits on the field. This Saturday, it gets even more serious because the AFC North Division title is on the line. Whoever wins gets closer to the crown, while the loser could see their season fall apart. This is no ordinary game. It's a battle that carries years of history, epic moments, and decisions on the edge. Every inch gained on the field is like a trophy. Both teams know they can't afford mistakes. Baltimore enters with the weight of needing to win to secure their top spot, while Pittsburgh carries the pride of being the team that always makes things difficult for the Ravens. The atmosphere will be that of war, with sharp defenses, high-pressure offenses, and lots of physical play. These games are never pretty, but they're unforgettable. The kind of game where the score might stay low, but the intensity is sky high. So, if you love excitement, get ready because this will be the game of the thing is, such a heavy rivalry usually brings out the biggest stars. On the Ravens side, Lamar Jackson has the mission of finally beating the Steelers in style. Can he overcome the challenges and prove he's the guy to shine when the team needs it most? Lamar Jackson knows that games against the Steelers are never easy. For him, this matchup has almost become a nightmare. No matter how much he shines in other games, the narrative that he can't beat Pittsburgh still weighs on it. The last time they faced off, the Steelers pressured him, limited his movement, and forced him into critical mistakes. But now, after one of the best performances of any quarterback this season last week, Lamar enters this game confident. It's the perfect opportunity for him to change this story and prove he can be the difference maker in the most important game of the year. This pressure is no small thing. Lamar knows that in games like this, the team relies on him to find solutions. He's the leader of the offense, the player who can make a defense like Pittsburgh's tremble. But for that, he needs to play smart, avoid turnovers, and trust what he does best, being unpredictable. Using his ability to run with the ball and make crucial passes will be essential. If he takes the field with the same mentality he had recently, he can silence the critics and turn the game in the Ravens' favor. The moment for Lamar Jackson to shine is now. He has to show he can be decisive against a rival that has always challenged him. But for that to happen, the Ravens' running game also needs to work, because relying solely on Lamar against a defense like the Steelers would be asking too much. Will the team be able to find cracks in Pittsburgh's defensive wall to get the game on track? If there's one thing the Steelers know how to do, it's stop the running game. Derrick Henry was limited to less than 70 yards the last time they faced Baltimore, and Saquon Barkley also struggled to move the ball last week. This defensive consistency is a hallmark of Pittsburgh and could pose a serious problem for the Ravens. The team will need to adjust its game plan to deal with this wall. Adam Holt believes Lamar Jackson's runs could be the key to opening up space, but relying solely on that could be risky. The Ravens need to find creative alternatives to avoid getting stuck. Using Lamar in running options is a good way out, but involving the running backs in the passing game could surprise the Steelers. The problem is, against such a disciplined unit, any mistake could be fatal. The offense will have to be efficient and vary the plays, because sticking to the obvious will only give Pittsburgh more chances to dominate the trenches. This is the type of game where every yard gain will be a real battle. Without an efficient running game, the Ravens' offense could become predictable and easier to neutralize. On the other hand, if the team manages to balance the runs with passing plays, the chances of success increase significantly. But this will only be possible if the offense can overcome the pressure from the Steelers' defense, which always finds ways to make things difficult. Will Pittsburgh's defense be the standout, or will the injuries start to take a toll on them? Well, we're past the halfway point of our video, but I noticed you haven't liked the video yet. It's very important for YouTube to keep recommending my content to you. And this way, I'll continue bringing these videos to you. So, go ahead and like the video. It's free, and I appreciate it. Thanks. Now, let's continue. The Steelers' defense is the heart of the team. Even with some key injuries, they continue to be one of the most consistent groups in the NFL. It doesn't matter if the offense is struggling, because the defense always finds ways to keep Pittsburgh in the game. Against Lamar Jackson, they've shown multiple times they know how to limit his plays. Pressure at the line of scrimmage, smart reading, and precise tackles are just a few of the weapons this group uses to never give the opponent a break. However, injuries are starting to take their toll. Key players are out or playing through pain, which could open up gaps in their defensive system. This will be the true test of resilience for the Steelers. Can they maintain their high performance despite not being at 100%? That's why, this Saturday, the pressure on the defense will be even greater. If they manage to keep Lamar Jackson in check and force him into mistakes, Pittsburgh will have a great chance to win, even with offensive struggles. The thing is, relying so much on the defense in such a physical and emotional game could come with a cost. If the Ravens' offensive line can protect Lamar better and open up some gaps, the game could flip quickly. Everything will come down to who can impose their rhythm first, Baltimore's offense or Pittsburgh's defense. But what about the Steelers' offense? Can it keep up with the pace of the game despite all the issues they're facing? The Steelers' offense has been a major question mark this season. Injuries to key players have limited options in offensive production. Without a consistent offense, the responsibility to win games has almost solely fallen on the defense. This can work in some games, but against a team like the Ravens, it's a huge risk. The lack of rhythm in Pittsburgh's offense could be the detail that decides this Saturday. The big question is, who will lead this offense? The quarterback needs to be able to control the game, but without the right pieces around him, it's very difficult. The running game hasn't been efficient, and the passing game relies on individual moments of brilliance. This lack of balance could prove costly, especially in a game as intense as this one. Baltimore, on the other hand, knows they can use this to their advantage, forcing the Steelers into mistakes and capitalizing on opportunities. Without an offense that can respond adequately, the Steelers may end up being overwhelmed by the pressure of them. On the other hand, you should never underestimate the emotional strength of this team, especially in such a heated rivalry. They know that this game is their last chance to keep their hopes alive in the division. Will the emotional factor be enough to level the playing field and take the game to the final minutes? When the Ravens and Steelers step onto the field, it's impossible to predict what will happen. Everything can change in a single play. It's the kind of game where every detail matters, every mistake is punished, and every success becomes a memorable moment. With the AFC North title on the line, the pressure is enormous, but that's what makes this rivalry so special. For the Ravens, it's the chance to solidify their strength in the division. For the Steelers, it's an opportunity to prove they are still a team capable of great accomplishments. Lamar Jackson comes into this game with the mission of rewriting his story against Pittsburgh. He's in great form, but he knows he'll need help from the rest of the team, especially the running game, to overcome such a tough defense. On the other side, the Steelers' defense carries the responsibility of holding the game, while the offense tries to find a spark to stay competitive. It's a showdown that will test the strength and resilience of every player on the field. In the end, who will come out on top? Will Lamar finally shine against the Steelers? Will Pittsburgh's defense be able to contain the Ravens' offense once again? Or will injuries and mistakes decide the game? This matchup is everything we expect from one of the greatest rivalries in the NFL. Unpredictable, intense, and full of emotion. The Ravens have everything to make history this Saturday against the Steelers. The combination of Lamar Jackson's great form, the strength of the offense, and the solidity of the defense puts the team in the perfect position to dominate their rivals and secure the most important victory of the season. If the team plays with intensity and intelligence, the dismemberment we've talked about here could really happen. Now, I want to know your opinion. Do you believe the Ravens will crush the Steelers? Or do you think the game will be more balanced than it seems? Comment below what you expect from this matchup. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything about the Ravens. Let's go together toward victory.